Let's talk about why we stay in Idaho Falls.
And why we love living in Idaho Falls.
Yeah,
'Cause
absolutely.
we do love it here.
We do.
We've lived here our whole lives, except for Jessica. She's a little bit outside of Idaho Falls towards the Tetons.
That's right, Teton Valley.
Yep.
But we pretty much all of us have come and gone.
Southeast Idaho.
Southeast Idaho. I think the reason I love Idaho, living in Idaho Falls, is I just love the small town atmosphere.
Yeah.
I love that there's lots of amenities, but it's a small town
What does
atmosphere.
that mean, having a small town atmosphere versus a big town atmosphere? What does that mean to someone who's never been in a small town?
Well, number one, you can get across town in 20 minutes.
Traffic.
Number two, you know your neighbors,
Yep.
right? You can go to your neighbor and ask for a cup
For
of
the
sugar.
most part, they want to know you as well.
Right. They do. I love also for small
Can't
town.
speak for everybody.
Can't speak for everybody. They probably may not want to know Chad, but
Yeah,
they know other
yeah.
people. I think also lots of local small businesses. We have lots of entrepreneurship in Idaho Falls. We have some really cool local businesses, and so that makes me feel very small towny.
Depending on how big of a hurry you're in, small town means you go to the store and it takes you an hour to get one thing because you see people you know.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh man, this is great, but I'm late.
Yeah.
Kids hate small towns because the parents talk with people and you can't get out of places. So in a bigger city, it might take an hour just to drive. Here, it might take an hour just because you're running to people you know.
Yep. And you
if
chat
you're-
over the fence at the store.
If you're used to going to the store in jammies because no one will know you,
That
you can
doesn't
still do it
exist.
here, but you're going to see somebody.
You almost always see somebody, because they're there at the store in their jammies as well. Yeah, we know.
I love the 4 distinct seasons. I don't know if I would enjoy living in a place that never changed the seasons. I mean, we have beautiful summers, green everywhere, and then the colors change in the fall. The snow, the winter's a little long, but I mean, it's nice to have snow.
Lots of people love long winters.
I love a long
some people
winter.
love long winters, yeah.
I'm a bit of a polar bear.
And the spring, the flowers coming up and everything turning green again.
And I think people don't realize when you say 4 seasons, you're thinking of them, but they think we don't have spring and we don't have fall because it's not long, right?
Yeah, it
or
is a
you
full
have to realize
season for us.
they mix in a lot together. When spring, there's some snow in the spring.
Yeah.
There's some cold in the spring before it gets
Yeah.
warm. You have a 90-degree day or 80-degree day, and it'll snow 2 days later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we go back and forth on snow, sunshine. Soccer, spring sports are tough.
Yeah.
I like that
Fall sports.
high schools in certain areas actually had spud harvest.
Yes. If people don't know, I believe
Spud
it's not called
harvest.
spud harvest anymore.
Oh, really?
I think
It's
it
a
is.
spring. It's not spring break.
Anyway, all the kids
Yeah,
get out of
yeah.
school for 2 weeks
Yeah.
to help out at the farm.
farm.
And drive potato trucks and
Yeah.
it's like I always envy
Fall
those
break.
guys.
So
I think
that's
it's like
in
spring break, fall
Shelley,
break.
What are the
Blackfoot.
Yeah, Idaho Falls doesn't, but
No.
if you have a big portion of
One of the
farmers,
rural.
you get
Yeah.
2 weeks out of school and you
Yeah.
go work
It's pretty
and
cool.
drive truck.
It
And
is. In
sort
Teton Valley,
potatoes.
they wouldn't be able to hold school.
Yeah.
Kids
Yeah,
work
the kids,
the
they
farms
have
with
to
their
have work.
families.
Still have a big fair.
Oh, yeah.
Southeast Idaho State Fair.
That's right.
Big names come in once a year.
Yeah.
That's right.
yeah.
That's
We
right.
got the Indian relays where they ride bareback.
Oh,
and
if
they
you haven't ever been to
jump on
that.
'em. I mean, it
Yeah,
is
amazing.
crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and speaking of that, when we talk a little bit about diversity, if you haven't been out to the Fort Hall Indian dances, those are, if you haven't experienced that is amazing that, that they put that big powwow on. And
Fort Hall
really
Indian
neat.
Reservation, it's huge.
It's huge.
I mean, I don't know how
Amazing.
many miles, but it's a big
Yeah.
area.
Big
Yeah.
hotel, casino down
Yeah.
there.
Hotel,
Yeah.
casino,
Yeah.
great food.
Yeah.
You do lose phone service right about there.
Interesting.
You do.
I'm not sure what that's about.
Yeah. So I also really love the rivalries of high schools because we're so close. There's 5 high schools in Idaho Falls, and there's a good, solid, friendly rivalry, and the other
IF versus
people.
Skyline,
That's right.
Hillcrest versus Thunder.
Yeah.
I could say other things that'll probably
Nope.
get me in trouble. Everybody in Idaho Falls against Rigby and against
Yes, that's
Madison.
right. We do it, and then everyone bonds
So
together
who's
against.
Bonneville's rival?
Probably Thunder.
Thunder?
And Hillcrest, because they're in the same district.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
But
interesting.
they weren't mentioned right in the
they
beginning.
weren't mentioned.
Don't they
I
have
don't
a-
know
They're
if
the
it's a huge
OG
rivalry.
almost. You had
They
IF
are
and
an OG,
Bonneville. That
yeah.
was it.
That's
And then
right.
Bonneville split into Bonneville Hillcrest,
Hillcrest.
and then Thunder rolls in, and it's kind of the new guy on the block.
Yeah.
But the biggest, right?
Oh yeah, Thunder is the biggest high school in Idaho
Yeah.
Falls.
And poor
But I mean,
Skyline.
Rigby and Madison, they're both big ones
Big
too.
high schools, yeah.
Big 5A.
Which is funny because they're farther away and more rural, but they don't expand. Like those high schools in Rigby, you've got the entire county going to this giant high school,
yeah.
which is interesting because you might think of
Yeah.
smaller high schools. Same thing in Madison, right? Big high school, They keep it. They don't do a lot more.
The grid kid football and Rigby.
Yeah.
They are big.
Oh, yeah.
They've been playing together forever.
Yeah.
And they look like a high school team.
Oh, they're good. Yeah.
And they're not even in junior high. So
it's
fun to find these little niches and these little cliques around that are based on your area you live in. So
very people love a good tribe.
Yeah.
And you'll find that in Idaho. You'll get into are you going to the high school game and you're like, I don't have any kids. But people go.
You got to wear your shirt.
Got to wear your shirt.
But don't get mixed up because Thunder Stadium is at Bonneville.
Yeah. Does not belong.
Not Thunder Ridge.
Not at Thunder Ridge. Good tip.
Yes.
Good tip.
Yeah. And Skyline and IF share Ravston Stadium. Because Skyline doesn't have one near their
Which is our nicest stadium in Idaho Falls.
It's been redone and it's amazing.
Yeah, it's very nice.
There you go.
So there you go. There's some local
really
tips
cool.
that'll give you 3 years ahead of your competition.
That's right. That's right. And if you are thinking about moving to Southeast Idaho, we're a real estate team. We're Murdock Manwaring Company, a real estate group at Keller Williams Realty East Idaho. Give us a call. We'd love to help you.
You can email us here at info@mmcidaho.com as well. And we're happy to help you buy or sell.
That's right.
See you soon.
See you soon.